Before we begin, I want to remind everyone to turn all their cell phones and other communication devices off. Good afternoon and welcome to the Northview High School for the 8th Annual Indiana Bandmasters Association All-District Honor Band Performance. My name is Rusty Bodley and I am the host chairman for this year's event. In your program, if you would look inside the front cover, this afternoon's program order will be Flourish for Wind Band, followed by Yorkshire Ballad, Liberty Bell, Each Time You Tell Their Story, and Pot of Gold. Today's performance is also being recorded by KI Productions, and there are order forms for you out on the table where you picked up programs. So if you're interested in doing that, please make sure you get that. The young people before you on stage are some of the most talented high school musicians from across central Indiana. Representing 16 schools, they were nominated by their band directors to be in this prestigious group. In an era where all too often you hear what's wrong with kids today, you are about to hear something that is right. It is my pleasure to introduce the Indiana Bandmasters All-District Honor Band and our guest conductor, Dr. Craig Parry.
Thank you for coming out today. This is a real treat for me to escape from the university setting that I work in regularly at DePauw, to actually get a chance to work with the types of students that I started my career with in middle school and high school. It's also been a privilege for me to be able to work with them because just for a day and a half, we get a chance to put together some music, get to know each other, try to discover some things about playing music, and really make music at a level at which they come. I also admire these young students for giving up all of a Saturday and part of a Sunday for being part of this as well. So this is a real privilege for me. And again, thank you for being here. Hopefully the variety of music also is going to add to what they decided they were going to participate in with as well. I'd like to thank right off the top Indiana Bandmasters Association, Northview High School, and Rusty Bottomley as our host for hosting this type of an ensemble, because without their facilities and without their support and organization, we really couldn't do this. The next piece is Yorkshire Ballad by James Barnes, and we're going to follow that with a piece many of you are going to be familiar with, especially if you've seen any Monty Python episodes, as the Liberty Bell March of John Philip Sousa. But this is Yorkshire Ballad, James Barnes. Thank you. Regularly, one of the things I try to do as we program music, especially to kind of get a day or two of a taste of a new composer, is to try to find something that hasn't been performed that often. This new work, Each Time You Tell Their Story, by Samuel Hazo. Samuel Hazo has become quite known, well known, in the last 4 or 5 years as a composer of really new ideas and sounds for wind bands. And what interested me about this was he includes in this piece a poem written by his father that's in dedication to tribute to servicemen everywhere that have lost their lives in wars. This piece was commissioned specifically by a cadet academy in New Mexico, but he really dedicates this to servicemen everywhere that have not only dedicated their lives and given their lives to their country, but to all who support them as well. I'm pleased to say that our host, Rusty Bottomley, will be our narrator and read the poem throughout in the midst of the piece. So I'm really pleased to be able to present this, which is the first time I've actually worked with this work as well. But this is Each Time You Tell Their Story by Samuel Hazo.
and taste for more its glory.
Our program seems to be going by as quickly as yesterday did. We began in the morning and suddenly it was 4 o'clock ready to finish. Our last piece is actually a transcription from a piece. You have to imagine this, and as you hear the piece, it's not hard to imagine. This is a piece for piano, 4 hands, that moves along at lightning speed, Pas de Doble being a double step or a quick time march by the French composer Camille Saint-Saëns. I had to mention 2 things before we finish. Again, first of all, thank you for supporting the music directors, the band directors, and the music programs in your schools. One of the reasons why it gives me an opportunity to be able to work with these students is because throughout the year you support what they do, you support their teachers, and you support every activity that your students are a part of that helps them grow as musicians. So first of all, thank you to you for being part of this. My second is, the next time you see their directors, give them a pat on the back, shake their hands, and say, thank you very much for what you do for music for our schools, because this honestly and genuinely has been one of the best young honor bands I've had a chance to work with in the last 5 years. The privilege of making music with them is terrific. So as we finish today's program, we hope you enjoy Pas de Doble by Camille Saint-Saëns.